So here's our Pettigrew tree. I planted this about 21 years ago, and it's a very manageable size. It doesn't grow crazy like a lot of other trees do. And for the past few years, we've gotten a lot of fruit. Now, right now, this season, most of our fruit is already gone. It's just mid-July, but we have a lot of Pettigrew fruit left. A lot of these fruit are actually ready to pick right now. Picking Pettigrew is a lot different from picking a lot of other varieties, and a lot of people get it wrong. If you want the perfect fruit, you need to pick it before it ripens on the tree. If it ripens on the tree, it's still really good, but it's not as good as it could be. The first thing I usually look at for clues on when to pick fruit is what has dropped off the tree. So we have a few drops here. Of course, you know, they've been on the ground for a little while, but you can see that this has started to yellow. It could have started to ripen after it hit the ground or before, but basically you do not want any yellow in the fruit. These are about the size that you're looking for. Pettigrew does vary a little bit in size and shape, but basically there's a change of color in the green and also the how the lenticels look. I like to put the fruit under the tree so it can sprout and I can have options for that fruit later on. But back to picking Pettigrew. This is a full-size Pettigrew. They do vary in shape and size, but this one is definitely ready to pick. A lot of them have this little bump here. That's no big deal, but it's also starting to develop like a bluish cast to the green. So this one also is ready. You can see those little lenticels have little black dots. That's where the sap had started to come out. Actually, we do have a little yellow here, so it definitely needed to be picked now, because if it starts to ripen much more, it's not quite as good. Okay, so here's one. Looks very similar, but there's a little thing. It must have been resting against a branch or something. But this one has a dry, hollow stem. One of my favorite telltale signs of when you've picked a fruit perfectly. It doesn't happen with all fruit and all varieties, but there you have a perfect Pettigrew. It will ripen much better off the tree. And here we have another one. So it's fun when you get two in a row. So I'm just going to pick some more of this fruit because today is the day. But this is what you're looking for. You want it to ripen off the tree, and of course it's wonderful to have a hollow, dry stem. So there's a hollow, dry stem, but unfortunately it's split also. So this is a hollow wet stem. It's almost as good as a hollow dry stem. You can see right in the middle. That's just a day or two away from being dry. This one is just huge. That's very big for a Pettigrew. So these last three were in a cluster and they were very reachable. So in that case, all you need to do is bend the fruit up almost to 90 degrees, and if it comes off the stem, it was ready to pick. Even though those are wet stems, these fruit would not be on the tree for much longer. You can tell they're very full. So whatever is within so whenever Pettigrew is within reach, or any mango actually, if you just bend it up and it comes off the tree, it was ready to pick. And finally, it doesn't really have to be a big fruit for it to be ready to pick. You know, you can tell this one has sort of a bluish cast to it. It just had that look even from a distance. And so when I picked it, look, hollow dry stem. So this is sort of as small as Pettigrew gets, and then that other one is just about as big as they get. So go by the look of the skin. And if you're able to reach it, just bend it gently to about 90 degrees. If it comes off the stem, it's ready to pick. Otherwise, go by sight. Go for the bluish green. If you happen to see those little black dots where the lenticels had oozed sap, that's another good indication. But definitely try to pick your Pettigrew before it ripens on the tree.